Welcome to the novel audio. I wish you all the best. On the subway, a man approached quietly, his left eye. He pulled his pants in front of me. That's a real pervert tone. Maybe you've never seen her before. I just glanced over. I've never seen anything so small. His face immediately twisted in anger. He slapped me with his hand. Great that he did it first. That's a good defense. Can I send him on his way? The man in front of his fat body. The fat in front of the chest swells with every breath. Endlessly rubbing against my face, a puffy stream of rotten air straight into the nose. I almost vomited on the spot. I dodged to the side, but I took a step back. He took another step forward. Persistent like gum stuck under the heel of a shoe. I'm angry enough about Chun today. Good luck on the subway. Just to go to the hospital and get the drugs. Now we're seeing this kind of pervert. It's just too much. I reflexively tried to wave my hand. Give him an earring. The hand just raised. I remember what the doctor said. If you want to get mad, count the sheep. If you count to 100, you don't want to kill anymore. I closed my eyes, patiently counting not normal sheep. It's 108 ways sheep can die. Yes, it works. The emotions in me calmed down considerably, but the Kia guy is getting more and more water. He casually zipped his funny pants. You've never seen a good one, have you? I looked at him for a few seconds seriously. I've never seen anything so small. No, I'm not being sarcastic. His face was red, and he didn't say no. He slapped me like the sky fell. His power is too great. I can't keep my balance. I fall to the floor. Someone is running to help me. But threatened by his fierce gaze, Cho stopped. He clenched his fist with his eyes wide open. Who dares to worry about money? The crowd immediately dispersed. He left a big gap between me and him. He hasn't stopped being angry. Spit a spit on my face, the voice of a boy. It is your destiny to keep an eye on you. Dare to open your mouth to you. I adjusted my clothes. Seriously, I don't swear at you. I'm just cursing my grandson. He furiously raised his foot and stomped straight into my chest. The kick was so strong that it hurt so much that I was stunned. Dark eyes, I unconsciously licked the blood on the corners of my lips. A surge of primal excitement, like every violent wave that engulfs reason. I clenched my fist, trying to control it. Shaky hook dropper jar and Ari bag. Don't have to hold back. Murder in public is going straight to the front page. Newspaper tomorrow morning. If the director sees me and drags me back, why? I was about to put drugs in my mouth when he kicked me. There's little pills rolling around. He stomped hard on the back of my hand, laughing. I can't believe you're still sick and drinking. I will beat you to death today. I looked around. Someone held up the phone and turned it all around. There are witnesses. There's evidence. There's evidence that he threatened to kill me. If I execute him, it also counts as a legitimate defense. Something in my head just blew up. 15. I haven't killed anyone in 15 years. You know how I've lived for the past 15 years? My black belt karate didn't have a chance. Yes, but I'm an educated mental patient. Let's give this guy one last chance. I slowly opened my mouth. Now, if you get on your knees and call me daddy, maybe I'll forgive you. I just heard this. Blue veins on his forehead, immediately as if about to explode. Bitch, you're tired of living. He raised his foot to kick me in the face. It's as if he wants to crush me into meat. I'm struggling like a boring person, not me. I give the hand to bend his big legs in a straight line. He lost his balance and crashed the beam on the floor. I can't stand up forever. His eyes were red and he tried to grab my hair, but I quickly stood up. Looked down at him from above. Haha, you've done it before, now it's my turn. I stepped on his hand, slowly using force. I like to stop my hands, right? I saw every drop of sweat on his face. I suddenly remembered the soda can I just took from the fridge. Cool, refreshing, there's a land excitement all over my body. Even though I fell down, he still won't shut up and continue to spit on me. How dare you, bitch? I'll kill you. I'm digging holes. It's noisy. I don't seem to have used enough force. I bent down and slapped him repeatedly in the face. Sure, the sound of ties tarpaulins. Crisp in the quiet carriage like the sound of firecrackers on. Tet not long after his fat face was swollen like a pig's head soaked in water, and yet in his eyes there was a certain unwillingness. Dare to come near my provocative voice, this whore, let me out one by one. This 200-pound body that demands one-on-one with me, a girl less than 45 pounds, you think I'm stupid. I'm not saying no. Stomped straight on his stomach. One more sentence I hit you again, he gritted his teeth, screaming, DM, you want to die. Without hesitation, I kicked him 5 times in the face. On a swollen pig's head, now print 5 of my size 39 shoes. He moaned and tears flowed down, but dare not cry out loud, can only lift up every pathetic sound of excitement. It's a lot of fun. I haven't played enough, but look at the runny nose. His tears were broken. I'm not getting my hands dirty anymore. Wipe your hands on your shirt. He stood up and picked up the pills that had fallen to the ground. It's too dirty to drink anymore. You have to go to the hospital and prescribe a death session inside the shipbuilding. Crowd automatic dispersing out, give me a wide passage. Their eyes looked at me with some respect. Some people are kind, get down and pick me some pills. I'm wearing a standard 8-tooth smile. Thank you very much. But at that moment, a strong wind came from behind. I turned my head immediately. Is the swollen face of the Kia man. His face was bruised and puffy to the contortion of his mouth. He gritted his teeth. Distorted voice of anger, horror. I'll kill you. I didn't hesitate. Put all the drugs he picked up in his mouth. Just in time, this medicine is expensive. Don't waste it. He died. A few seconds later, he opened his eyes. They also threw up 2 hands, risking their lives. My eyes are full of hate. Wasted too much. I remember my time in the mental institution. The nurses are very likely to overeat. I don't want to eat leftovers. They forced me to swallow them, so I dragged someone to the bathroom. Make her drink a toilet full of water. From that day, there's no one in the hospital who dares to waste food anymore. I immediately slapped my feet and threw a kick around the bag. That guy was knocked down again. I jumped up and sat on his stomach. Take off his shoes, swing his hand straight in the face. Bop, 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 every slap echoed across the carriage. He just hit me and went to class. Didn't your mother teach you not to waste food? Big head walnut, do you know how embarrassing this drug is? I sat on the train for an hour. Wait for an hour to get it. How much effort does it take to get medicine? And you spit out like that, I beat you to death. He tried to raise his hand, but it didn't work. His lips cracked. Blood dripping down the floor, soon the train was going to stop. The police and train crew rushed into the court. Before being escorted away, I returned politely. I bowed down and thanked the people who applauded me. I'm still an educated mental patient, though, but at the police station. I just knew that guy named Hung Ba-Thin just turned 8 years old. I was beaten for fear of the soul. He just came to the station and asked me to call him. 20 minutes later, a middle-aged woman with a muscular body, just like he barged in, just walked in. She immediately saw Hung Ba-Thin packing the dough. The wheelchair immediately screamed like the sky was falling. God, he's just a kid. Who's going to hit him like this? I saw my mother immediately as if she had found a place to stand. He tried to reach out to her for comfort. But the 200-pound body, I almost threw my mother away. He's not aware of that. My soft lips pointed at me. Mom, she hit me so hard. He looked at me, squeezing a 5. Relax, as if it had nothing to do with it. Sometimes a little silly. Maybe she can't believe it. A little girl who looks like me can be bruised again. That's her 200-pound baby. She hesitated to look at Hung Ba-Thin and asked suspiciously, Did you really get hit by this girl? I laughed at Uncle Hung. If you don't believe me, I can do it again. This time she really believed. Your face, she screamed and rushed straight towards me. You go to the police station and you're so bossy. You have taught yourself to be great and bully children. I leisurely stretched my legs out covered. She didn't have time to react. Slipped and fell face to the ground. The teeth hit the foot of the table. A front tooth falls out right in front of you. She holds your mouth, your face twisted in pain. My mouth is not clear, but she wouldn't give up. Bite your teeth and get up. He kept coming at me like he wanted to die. I didn't hesitate to lift my leg and kick her in the chest. Because she's the father, my uncle uses only half his strength. And yet she still fell to the ground with her chest and groaned. I saw my mother being beaten, without doing anything. Can only quietly push the wheelchair away from me until the police showed up. My mother and son are a little more confident. She's hiding behind the police, pointing my hand at me, crying, This little cop just beat me up, so get him back. Let him spend the rest of his life. I raised my hand and calmly told the policeman I also wanted to denounce. My husband sexually harassed me on subway. His mother immediately spat at me. What the neck tendons swear at, I didn't even tell you to seduce me. It's just a kid who knows what to harass. Why doesn't it just touch you? It's definitely your fault. I shook my head for the phone. Open the video. Subway judges are land transmitting on the network. Put it in front of her. But she seems completely blind. I didn't see my son harassing me at all. And hit me. She only saw me punching. He immediately began to cry. God, I'm just a kid. Why did you fall into such cruel hands? You must pay at least 200 million. Not 300 million. The policeman frowned seriously and said to her, Mom, we looked at the surveillance. Obviously her son was the one who harassed and beat this girl first. She's the victim. But she still refused to let go of eating. Even if it accidentally touches her, it doesn't deserve to be beaten like this. I'm suing him for intentional injury. The police looked at the injury report, turned to me sighing, soft tissue injury, 13 seeds. She's broken 4 ribs. She's a little heavy. This is beyond the bounds of legitimate defense. I slowly took out a small notebook in Ra's pocket. Calm down. My cop is sick. His mother immediately crossed being sick is also responsible. Let's get him. It just hit me. You have to be my boss. The police took a look at my medical record. Shake your head and sigh. Oh, she really doesn't need to be responsible. She's stunned. Your face is filled with wonder. You guys colluded with it. My child has been beaten to the bone. Why is it not compensation? Believe me, denouncing you. The police officer patiently explained. She has a history of mental illness. He had been in the hospital for 5 years and was recently discharged. Normal people like you. Why did you mess with her? When I heard her screaming, what the hell is mental illness? It pretends to be. If you are sick, you have to be locked up in the house. I replied with a gentle smile, I'm on my way to the psychiatric hospital to get my meds, but your son dropped all my meds. The medicine is priced at 300 RMB, please pay for it. She came to jump up, pointing my hand in my face, cursing, and they're all salivating and shooting at me. He beat me up and asked for money. Based on that, I calmly replied softly. Based on the fact that she's not psychotic. 4 police officers coughed for an hour trying to calm the situation. Madam, by law, if she gets sick, she can be excused. More cameras recorded very clearly your son has done wrong before. Her son will be detained for 15 days. But due to the current state of health, he was only fined 1,000 yuan. I'm a little sorry I just got fined. His mother was going to argue. But the policeman lowered his voice. Ma'am, people with mental illness who kill people are not tried. Not punished. You'd better stop provoking her. She choked her throat, but in the end I didn't dare say anything more. Sign the paper. She hurriedly pushed Hung Baithin's wheelchair away. I quickly called Theo. I haven't paid for the medicine yet. She threw me the NDT 400 and left the tunnel. I think the stomach can't let people suffer. The next time we see her, we will arrest her son. Take the full NT40 missing drug. I can't believe we'll see you again so soon. A month later, the next door neighbor moved in. I heard a familiar curse. Next time I see that crazy girl, I will make it beautiful. He was in the hospital for a month and died. My heart moved slightly and I looked, oh my God, it's fun. Hung Bathin, and you've become my next door neighbor. I happily waved hello to him. See you later. Hung Bathin faced stiff. There's a little horror in my eyes. But quickly replaced by outrage, he immediately rushed towards me. A tight beaten, still not learned good sow. Without hesitation, I will act immediately. Unknuckle his hand, and a no, aha, his scream echoed through the hallway. His mother, too, came out to greet me. Of course I can't be biased. Quickly remove the joint, hand to mom and son, screaming the same beat. The clear sound is easy to hear. The excitement in me is surging. I couldn't help but stare down at their feet. The sound of breaking is sure to be interesting. But not in time. The 2 of them saw the devil running back to the room with his broken arm. Close the door. What is it, my butter? No, there's plenty of time, as long as they're my neighbors. I won't worry about the lack of toys. A few days later, I didn't see those 2 people and I didn't care. The doctor told me not to mess around. I'm very obedient, just at home playing obedient games until this morning. When I get the food delivered, as usual, a strong stench against the nose, it almost suffocated me. I bowed my head and looked. In front of my house are trash bags full of trash. Open mouth bag, the flies buzzing around, and all this mess, shrimp shell, herringbone, crushed vegetable leaves, floating foam. They're soaked in a pool of yellow water. It smells terrible. The fryers are carefree to ignore. The yellow water slowly seeped out of the garbage bag into the crevice of my door where my food delivery is lying flat, in the middle of that mess. I just saw this scene. I feel my blood pressure soaring. I fucking told you. I hate wasting food the most. I angrily banged on the door next door. I clearly heard the sound inside. And when I knocked on the door, it was silent, clearly hiding from me on purpose. It makes me even more angry. People together. Can't there be some basic belief? They don't know it's a crime to waste food. I'll make them copy the poem. Pity the farmer 10,000 times. I returned to the room angry. From under the bed, I pulled out the drill that I'd been hiding for a long time, so I started to unscrew the door next door. When I heard the drill, I panicked. They're screaming behind the door, "Crazy girl, what do you want to do?" I didn't throw trash at your door. I didn't ask. I automatically pleaded guilty. I don't bother to focus on drilling. In less than 10 minutes, the door was taken apart. I just pushed the door in. I was attacked by his mother. Just in case, I dropped the drill. I bent down to pick it up. Suddenly, I feel cold in my neck. It's a knife, his face twisted with hatred. The sharp blade is cold next to Rami. You brought the body here yourself. You and I have both old and new enemies. He turned to his mother. Don't be afraid. 2 hours, 1 hit, it won't do anything. I seem to have learned from last time. They quickly found the rope to tie me up. Hung Ba-Fin stared at me. I saw the marks on my skin. He spat and turned to his mother and said she wanted to. She frowned, face full of disgust. The nerves you dare to touch. He hurriedly wiped his mouth and still glared at me. It's because it's crazy. No one will believe anything later. His mother heard that and thought for a moment. She looked at me from top to bottom. It's like judging a prey. This girl is crazy. But look like you're blessed. My son noticed. She's got to give the order to lead him into the room. The door was opened and I stood outside watching. I looked at the shining knife in Hung Ba-Fin's hand. The water almost flowed out. I haven't touched such a good thing in a long time. Before my mother left for work, she kept all the sharp things in the house. Even the nail clippers won't let me use them. I also secretly kept the Kia drill. But dealing with 2 people at the same time is a bit difficult. I immediately pretended to be afraid. Voice trembling, what are you going to do? Don't let Hung Ba-Fin put on a sick smile. You can't save her if you scream. He dragged me into the room. Carefully locked the door. Don't come in if you have any movement later. I look around. I saw the scene in the devil's room. The bloodlust in my head gets more excited. On the wall, chiseled photos taken secretly. It's all women's private photos. On the table are these tiny cameras. It's like a series of black eyes watching me. All kinds of women's underwear in bed. The air picked up a repulsive fishy smell. My father discovered my eyes. The fat on his face trembled. His eyes glowed with satisfaction. He started bragging, these things are my exploits. Don't worry, I'll take a picture for you. He's holding a picture, laughing lustfully. I took this picture on the BA train. I touched it all the way. He was crying all the time but couldn't call the police. Then he picked up another face. Distorted for commitment, I was locked up for a few days. But I posted a picture of him online. Make up the story, it seduces the courier. He finally got depressed and jumped off the floor. Haha. He picked up another pair of panties, full of pleasure. This one's upstairs. He loves to wear lace. I used to take her underwear and play. Now he has a gynecological condition. Her husband thought she was getting a divorce. He said he just picked up a small camera. This is what I installed in the hotel. Go live and make money. He just laughed and set up the camera. SEO angle adjustment for standard. I've never tried a neurotic before. This clip must be selling well. You've been in a mental institution a long time. I've never tasted a man before. Let me open it for you. He laughed and put his knife on the table. Then, like a hungry animal, he rushed towards me. But in that moment, I threw him upside down on the bed. His face was filled with terror. He was about to open his mouth for help. But I'm fast. Grabbing a pair of panties in bed straight into his mouth. Then I tied him up. Then I can't help but denigrate this hero Ba-Fin. You know, you and your mother are too poor. I took it off in less than a minute. At the Psychiatric Institute, I've learned over 100 ways to tie and untie. I can see that your eyes are not stopping. I clench the knife in my hand. The cold feeling of the blade's sharpness makes my blood boil. It's this feeling. That familiar excitement immediately drew me to the past. 15 before the memory has faded, but there's one thing I remember. There was a new guard in the psychiatric ward. He would love to invite us to play undressing. I couldn't stand it. He shot me with an electric baton. Then I snuck into the kitchen and got a knife. When he went to the bathroom, I used to cut his flesh and flushed it down the toilet until the toilet gets clogged. I just called the police. It's not a big deal to kill in a mental institution. The director wants to keep this quiet, give his family some money. And I was locked in my room for 2 years. In those 2 years, I taught myself karate. Knife is not easy to steal. I watched the naked man in bed, fall into contemplation where to start. My eyes flashed along his body carefully. Just a moment later, I held up the knife, slashed straight into his healed arm. Uniform sharp blade cut through the flesh, blood splattered the nursery. Hung Bathine, painful face, no more drops of blood, but the mouth is sealed. He could only make a choking moan. I don't hesitate to cut anymore. This time the knife went deep into his thigh. His tears are long. But I'm not sad to stop. I keep swinging my knife one shot at a time. The blade pierced through the air, flashing a cold light. The smell immediately filled the room. The sky trembled as if about to twitch. But the more he sputtered, the more he bled. Just for a moment, the panties on the bed were dyed red. Every creaking sound that comes out when the bed shakes with his hesitating voice. It's like a soothing song. Suddenly, there was a woman's voice outside. I'm the neighbor downstairs. Please keep quiet. My child is taking a nap. Her mother's voice immediately opened the door. What do I have to do with you? If you see noise in the apartment, clean it up. Go to the villa. But the woman's footsteps getting closer and closer. The voice carried with determination. I need to see what's going on in the room. Why is it so loud? My heart pounding, unconsciously holding my breath, my hands stopped in the air. Nervously staring at the door, I really don't want to go back to the mental institution. The Lord seems to see hope. We'll be stronger. I panicked and immediately slapped him in the face. Stay close to his ear, he said. Mom, he's screaming outside the door. What are you doing? This is a home invasion. Don't go, I'll call the police now. The woman left irritated. Hung Bathine's mother knocked on the door of the small room with her voice, baby, take it easy. Don't be a bother killing people. Hung Bathine easily, violently withered desperate moans, but his mother laughed and I listened carefully. This girl lives alone. Just play comfortably. No one manages it. I don't bother you anymore. Go down to the kitchen. Give me the hamburger. The sound of footsteps away, his eyes widened as if he had lost all hope. That's right, a sentence that woke me up from a nightmare. I can't kill people. If you kill someone, the director will take me back to camp. It makes him half alive. Half dead doesn't count as murder. Without hesitation, I held up the knife. He slashed down on the feet of Hung Bathine. A loud cry came from his throat. A few seconds later, he died in pain. It's boring. The old guard lasted for half an hour. What a waste of youth. I'm 6 in the closet, take out a bag, wiping out all the disgusting stuff in the room. He's in there. I finished with a knife in my hand. A leisurely handbag opens the room door. Step out at that time. His mother brought 8 soup from the kitchen. To see me, her eyes immediately fell. The bloody knife on my hand immediately screamed 7 bars. Why are you here? What did you do to my son? I've got 8 on the table. Take a sip and taste it and take it seriously. That's a little light, Hung. Remember, add some salt. The anger immediately made her lose her mind. She rushed to strangle me. But the next second, I cold pressed the blade against her cheek, softcore Laya over Laya again. Her whole body trembled. Her voice stammered, don't stop. I'm smiling. Now it's your turn. I grabbed her hair and pulled it straight to my front door. You eat this place, I only need 1 piece. I made a stab in your face. She was so scared that her eyes were filled with water that her body trembled. She knelt down, looked at the food in the middle. Her lips fluttered as if to refuse. I held up the knife. She immediately closed her eyes, compressed the shivering nausea. Pick up a piece of vegetable, it's covered in something black that looks disgusting. She puts it in her mouth and devours it. A new bite. She threw up immediately. Vomit mixed with trash, the smell is getting worse. But she had no choice. You can only cry and eat. That scene is so tragic. It takes more than half a day. She was reluctant to swallow all that bad food. I was pleased to let her go to her room. As soon as I walked into the house, behind her came her miserable scream, oh my God, Dao, what's going on? Help with ambulance and police car quickly arrived. Seeing the medical staff immediately put Hung Bathine on the stretcher, transferred to the emergency hospital. He was seriously injured. His legs were almost cut off. Many nerves and blood vessels are cut off, even if you do your best to heal. It's hard for him to avoid disability all his life, but because he's still in a coma, the charges against him have been temporarily suspended. Hung Bathin overbearing, there is no honor anymore. His mother was in pain. But nothing can do me. I can only find reporters. Deliberately distort the truth, put pressure on the police to make me guilty. But in those articles, I've been described as a psychopath, taking advantage of illness to commit crimes that cheat media. Because you want a view that cuts all kinds of in just a few lines, they've turned me into a monster. Killing is not bad. Public opinion exploded. I opened my phone and skimmed through the comments. These are all unfair criticisms. If you're a psychopath, you can do whatever you want. Ordinary people like us can only endure sow. There is no shame in killing a psychopath. At least put him in the camp. Let it be free in society. Oh my God, I live in the same neighborhood. I'm scared. Everybody signed a petition to get him out of here. The angry orange words that came crashing down on my head. His mother is stupid. Think video collage label me is able to put me to death, sow. I'm patiently waiting for public opinion to boil down to the top. And then I threw out all the evidence. Crime of Hung Bathin video at the same time. Pervert on the subway also transmitted by land enthusiastic netizen. Situation reverse comment under the post dizzy change. God, this woman is real. This is the psychopath, sow. Must be called the female half-right. This guy is disgusting. I've seen him on the BA a couple of times. He was caught and released. He's in jail now and he's happy. I heard the police have charged. But he's in a coma, so he can't go to court. The results of the investigation were finally released. I have recorded more than 100 videos. Earned hundreds of millions from the content trade. He was sentenced to 3 years in prison before entering the camp. He was hospitalized for half a year for treatment. The police spent a whole day teaching me. They warned me if I kept doing that, they're going to send me back to the mental institution. I walked home full of regret. Soon to know this, I cut a few more times. Since Hung Bathin was admitted to the hospital, his mother has gone insane. Every night she likes to knock at midnight. Murky bass sound mess no, according to the rhythm echoing through the quiet night. I knocked so hard that the little devils in my head jumped. Please die. I know this is how she got back at me. Since the public's reaction, she's in the house and she doesn't dare go outside. Every day she stands at my door, it's like doing an exorcism. She even put a wreath of flowers at my door, as if wanting to use magic. Curse me to death. I suspect she's also mentally ill. It's a shame that my drill got pulled over by the police. Confiscated if not, I really want to visit. Let's see what she's doing. So I can only carry a small chair sitting outside her door waiting idle. If the package is delivered to me, please sign for it. It's full of magic inside, something you can't understand. But I just opened it and glued it back together. Other people's stuff, I just glanced at it. I was hungry for 2 to 8 noodles. The door next door just opened. I immediately put her food in front of me, smiling brightly. Uncle, here's your food. She just saw me, the face is immediately white. Eyes full of terror, unconsciously wanting to step back, but I hurried straight into her house. This house has completely changed. 4 walls, keychain, my photo on each plate is pierced with Kim. There are my old clothes in the room. It's got some weird charms on it. You look pretty cute too. I was moved to look at her. Honestly, oh my God, Uncle Hung, I can't believe you love me so much, so I'm going to move in with you temporarily. Even my son is in the hospital. I'll replace it with you. I am your adopted daughter from now on. I even clapped my chest as if it was so mean. Thanks to her online advertising that now, even if you know that your dog deserves to be punished. But the neighborhood's inhabitants have begun to subtly disobey. I don't know. I think this hero's apartment is pretty good. Spacious and spacious, good lighting also saves on rent. Something I'm a clean mental patient. Look at the mess around. I frown annoyingly. Uncle Hung, clean up. I'll check it in a minute. If there's anything offensive, I'll make you eat it all. Her whole body trembled and shot herself. She knows what I'm saying, so hurry up and pack up. Every picture on the wall she tore down, put it in the closet. I cleaned her up and Len watched my face. Afraid I'm disgruntled. I took over her bedroom. Even if the room is too dirty, I can't stand it. She cleans up until midnight, so to speak. Her whole exhausted body curled up on the couch, head bowed because of drowsiness, still holding a knife in his hand. What are you doing with a knife in your sleep? If you accidentally hurt yourself, why? I took the knife out of her hand. She woke up startled by the knife's glare. The face has no blood. What do you want to do? I've listened to you. Don't kill me. Her voice trembled with fear. I laughed softly. Turn the knife in your hand. It's midnight and I want to hear you play a little drum. It is not difficult to sleep forever. She didn't want to, but she didn't dare to refuse. I had to pick up the stick and start typing. Every cup echoing in the late night tapped directly into the heart of the listener. The demons in my head dance with excitement. It's amazing. She's been banging all night. So much so that his hands trembled and he couldn't hold the stick anymore. I'm still full of energy. Comfortable lying on the sofa, just chewed melon seeds and threw the skin around just for a moment. The room that's just been cleaned is covered in melon seed pods. She had to bite her teeth and clean up. But because I was exhausted, her movements are slow. It's the same as turning on 50.0 mode. This time she didn't finish packing until 3 o'clock in the morning. I can't even sit down to rest. I sneaked my mouth laughing. Uncle Hung continued to knock, so we lived happily together for 3 days. She finally couldn't take it anymore, old to see. Dark circles like a panda and a small pancreas. She knelt down crying, begging me to please my ancestors. Please forgive me, I'm wrong. I don't dare anymore. I actually remember my game too. I haven't broken the island yet. I'll forgive her today. But before leaving, I turned my head back with a radiant smile. Uncle Hung's sweet voice, come play with me tomorrow. At the end of that sentence, her body trembled like a dry plow. Face full of terror that night, she packed up and moved out of the apartment building. I don't know who told my story in the group chat. Of the residents of this neighborhood. Since then, no one has asked me to leave. Because as long as there's an AI talking about it, I smiled sweetly. Uncle, can I move into your house? There is a disease in people. The spirit is even more exhilarated. Thank you for listening. Don't forget to press the like button and sign up to hear more from the dark. Mau Audio again.